In this session, we're going to be looking at storytelling and script writing for film. Think about storytelling as a whole. Stories are designed to get a reaction out of people. So whether it's a big budget superhero movie or an animated TV comedy, the creators are looking at different ways to get an emotional reaction out of you, the viewer. Whether it's laughter, tears, drama, shock, horror, whatever it might be. The filmmakers behind these programs are looking at different ways in their script to make you feel something in yourself. The best tool that you have right now is your own imagination. If you can create something in your mind and get it on the paper, that's an amazing tool, an amazing gift to have. But to take that idea and put it into practice and make it is a whole other thing. If you're starting out as a filmmaker, maybe think about what you've got around you, what resources, what props, what locations, what costumes. Think about the things that you've got that you can use and maybe base your story around those. That way you're not going to write something that's totally impossible to make right now. The best thing for you to be doing is practicing getting that script written and then getting it out there and getting it filmed. For now, let's jump into the basic of story. Here's what you're going to need. What's the premise? What's your film about? And can you sum up your idea? Characters. Who is your character, or who are your characters? Think about their names, personality, what they do, how they relate to each other. The character is the viewer's way into the story. Location. Think about where you can set your story. Look at what you have around you. Can you base your film here? Can you pretend it's somewhere else? Think about what and who you know. You can be ambitious with your locations if you can safely access somewhere unique perhaps. The action. What is going to happen during your story? How are the characters going to interact? Think about your start, middle and end. What journey do the characters go on? And lastly, props and costumes. Can you make anything to tell your story? Do you have any possible props lying around the house or classroom? Can you borrow something? When you're writing your script, especially when you're starting out, think about what kind of props you might be able to access that you could use as a starting point for developing your script idea. Now that we've talked through all those elements, it's your turn to develop your idea. So have a think about your premise. What's your film going to be about? What characters are going to be in your film? Where is it going to be set? Your outline could be a short scene or a film in full. But for now, maybe keep it simple and just write something that's maybe 1 page long that you can easily develop and easily make. So for your outline, describe the scene, describe what's happening and who's in it, and this will be the base for creating your script. By the end of this process, you should have a fully developed outline, and that'll help you develop your script. As an exercise, you could take a scene from a short film or a feature-length film or a TV show and break it down. Look at who's in the scene, what the action is, where the scene takes place, and make some notes. And when you've done that, that might help you with your own practice developing your own scene outlines. Let's talk about the script now. So, what is a script? A script can be described as a dramatic piece of writing which shows how a scene can be performed. The film script needs actions and descriptions to tell the characters what to do, and lines of dialogue so they know what to say. You'll also have a location in there so we know where it takes place. Actors will work with the director of the film to develop their characters and lines so that it feels familiar to them. Some filmmakers will want their actors to say the line exactly as it's written. Others will be okay for the actors to work with the lines, change things, so it's an evolving process. I'm now going to break down a scene from a script so you can see how we put one together. Let's take a look. Here's a copy of the script, and it's put together in a way that is standard for the film industry. the way it's laid out, the way the text presented. This is the industry standard for the way scripts are written. And it's really good to start as you mean to go on and develop your professional skills as a writer from the start. This is our scene heading. We have EXT first, which means exterior, or it could be interior, int, if it's inside. Underpass, which is our location, and day, which shows where our scene takes place and when. Here we have our scene description. This reads, Alice, early teens, scruffy, stands in a small underpass, rain pouring down outside. She's sheltering, a little anxious in her composure. The sound of footsteps and squeaky wheels approaching. She glances up nervously, her eyes widening. So as I mentioned, this is our scene description. Now, the first time a character appears, their name is written in capitals, as here with Alice. We then have in brackets a brief description, early teens, scruffy. And it's up to you if you want to include this, but it can help you in the act of playing the role to visualise that character. The rest of this description talks about the character's actions, describes the environment and the setup. Next we have our dialogue. Dialogue is the words spoken by the characters. So we have the character's name here, Carter, and then next this OS, which means off screen, and then underneath that shouting, which is a description of how the words should be said. Now, you don't always have to do this, and it's something that you might want to do only when it's absolutely necessary. Sometimes an actor will come in and they'll see the line and they'll know instinctively how to say it without being prompted by the script. Then underneath this, we have the line, got them. So that's the dialogue that Carter's going to be speaking during this scene first. This is just one small part of the scene, but it gives you a demonstration of the different elements that we're going to need when writing our film projects. If you need a recap on some of the things we've just talked about, skip back in the video and watch that section over again. Now that we've explored how to write your script, it's your turn. Put it down on paper, type it up, read it aloud, see how it feels. Use the techniques and structure we've talked about in this video to help you bring your own script to life. This does not need to be a full film, it can be just one scene for this exercise, and you can use maybe 1-2 characters in one location, and as I said before, keep it simple. You can easily search online for downloadable copies of scripts from films and TV shows that you enjoy. You can read the script or even watch the film and TV show at the same time. Then you can do a straight comparison to show how the script might be the same as what appears on the screen or how it might be different. This will be really useful for your own filmmaking practice. So good luck, get writing, and I look forward to seeing you with a finished script in the next session.